The athletes you are about to see on Phenomenal Elite Wrestling are highly trained professionals who have spent years mastering their craft. Every maneuver, stunt, and performance is executed under strict supervision and with safety precautions in place. We urge all viewers, especially younger audiences, to never attempt to replicate or perform any of the moves seen on this program at home, school, or anywhere else. Stay safe, enjoy the show, and remember, leave the wrestling to the pros.
How are we, Ettington? On behalf of the P.E.W roster and staff, welcome to P.E.W Eclipse! Now, you're probably wondering why I'm in the middle of the ring right now. Well, our usual ring announcer, Zach, is at a Kylie Minogue concert. So, true story. I figured I'll pull double duty and do a bit of ring announcing. So, you've got me as your MC. I apologise, you're going to be sick of my voice, but we all know how this goes, don't we? When the good guys come out, what do we do? And what do we do when the bad guys come out? And girls. Let's have a practice of this. Good girl. Bad girl. Good guy. Good guy. Bad guy. I think we got it, ladies and gentlemen. So, without further ado, I'm going to shut up and I'm going to introduce our announced team for this show, Mr. Dave Bradshaw and one half of our P.E.W Tag Team Champions, Mr. John Day. Great stuff,
Show me some respect. I'm your tag champion. I am. I've got the belt. I am. I've got the belt. And I beat everyone with the belt. I'm the champ. We're the champ. That's who I am. No, you guys, you're gonna cheer me. I've got the belt, you're gonna cheer me. Cheer me, Dan. You done? Sit down, for this sake.
See, everyone's really happy to see John Day out here, so...
Be happy to see me there. I'm your champ.
And we're missing one more person, aren't we? Who are we missing, ladies and gentlemen? Danny, Danny, Danny. Ladies and gentlemen, your resident P.E.W referee, Danny Marks. Now, without further ado, let's have our first match. This is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
We are live in the Ettington Community Centre as P.E.W is on the air, a shadow cast across Warwickshire tonight for P.E.W Eclipse. Dave Bradshaw here on commentary, and I'm being joined by a man who somehow, since I've been here, is one of the P.E.W Tag Team Champions, John Day.
What do you mean somehow, and what do you mean just John Day? One half of the P.E.W Tag Team Champions, flawless sauce, I am straight sauce John Day. Alex Vane is on a lovely holiday. You could not afford Mr. Dave Bradshaw. So you're going to show me some respect as the tag champ. Thank you very much.
I'm sure you're going to be scouting this match very carefully, particularly these two men who are making their P.E.W debuts. They are identical twin powerhouses, Jackson and Cole. Bad intentions.
From Beaumont Leeds, this is Jackson and Cole. Bad intentions.
Which one's which then? You've done your homework, I'm assuming?
Of course I have. One of them is the one I could tap out, and the other one's the one I could pick. That's how I know the difference.
Okay. Rather short on confidence, are you?
I've got the belt, of course.
He ain't got himself a partner. He has to pick this one of these muppets.
I don't lose the music, please.
You! That haircut, mate. You're definitely a muppet.
Listen. We heard you when we came out. There was a few, who are you? I'll tell you why you don't know us, right? It's because P.E.W have been afraid to put bad intentions, and we've wondered why it's took so long for us to get here. We was driving up here. The only thing that came to our mind is that every other tag team at this promotion is running scared of bad intentions. And it's all for good reason. Unfortunately for one, Vegan Prescott, stupid enough to take the challenge. The shame he's not going to find anyone to tag with tonight.
Well, it is certainly true that these two men's opponent does not, as far as we know, have a tag team partner, and that is a serious worry if you are a fan of Vegan Prescott.
Dave Bradshaw, Vegan
Orcus
Prescott.
is with him, I guess. I don't know. That's probably not going to work as a partner, right?
Show some respect to your tag team champions, Vegan Prescott, who we beat last time we were here.
Thank you so much. So, I was in task with trying to find a partner for today. Now, I tried to look for the invisible man, but I couldn't find him. And you know what? It turns out, apart from you lovely people, a lot of people don't really like vegans. So, do you know what? I'm just gonna fight you myself.
You're such a tag team specialist. Why don't you go help him?
Because I have Alexander Vane and I don't need anyone else. Thank you
I can't
very
let
much.
you do this on your own.
Come on, Chocky.
I admire your courage, but I can't let you do this on your own. Now, I know you couldn't find a tag team partner, but I pulled a few strings.
Okay.
And I know you love animals.
I do love animals.
And I've just managed to find you a unicorn.
Does that mean what I think it means?
Vegan Prescott looking like a kid on Christmas, knowing he's actually got a chance.
Ah, what a partner! It's all about pulling some strings, our co-general manager. Wow!
The team of the Vegan Prescott. He from the animals actually, and his tag team partner. Big Fat and Buff. Big Daddy Unicorn. Jason Joshua.
What a call from Chocolate Thunder to get Jason Joshua as the tag team partner of Vegan Prescott.
What a hack, what a hack. You need someone who's one of the best in this company just to tag with you because no one else wants to.
Meanwhile, look at this. Cheap shot there from Bad Intentions. Before the bell is even rung, how they choose to begin their P.E.W careers. Do-si-do from Vegan Prescott and Jason Joshua. An impromptu team, but showing some great tag team synergy in the opening seconds here. Well, Bad Intentions, who are, as I said, identical twins. Not quite on the same page. They just got booted out of the ring, both of them.
You can tell in terms of talent, Vegan Prescott is the poor cousin in this situation. Having Big Daddy Unicorn, one of the best in this company, on your side, that's a hack. But me and Alex Vane, we could beat him. We could beat all of them. Of course we would with the tag champs.
So where is Vane today? You said he's on holiday.
Alexander Vane is on a lovely holiday to Bermuda, all included, something you would never be able to afford. We used some of my dad's air miles. I thought I'd send him off.
And he's chosen not to take you with him.
No, I thought I'd stay, give the people something, you know?
Wow.
Do some charity work.
What a guy.
Yeah.
The side headlock. Is that Jackson or Cole?
It's both of them and neither of them at the same time. They look the same, they wrestle the same, we'd beat them the same.
Either way, getting tripped up there by Joshua.
That's Cole, isn't it? I think that's Cole.
All right, well, again, you're the one who's supposedly the tag team expert here.
Yeah, that's Cole. I'm sure it's Cole.
Dropped onto his knees there by Joshua. Did Cole, and here comes the cover. Joshua getting just a 1 count. Bad Intention, trained by a P.E.W stalwart in Joseph Connors. They're from Leicester. They are the current and 2-time tag team champions over in Elevation Wrestling. So plenty of success elsewhere for this.
And Cole comes into the ring. I'm excited to see Cole in the ring now.
You said that one.
No, I didn't, man. No, I didn't. I just didn't, though, did I?
You just said the one who was in the ring was Cole.
Yappa. No, I didn't. Don't talk to me like that. I've got the belt. I'm a tag champ. Don't talk to me like that.
You are
Show
insufferable.
some respect.
Are you here for the whole show?
That's Cole. Show some respect. Cole is the technical one. I told you. Someone doesn't read the show notes.
Well, he's getting out-wrestled here by Vegan Prescott. And we'll say that's Jackson, since you said the first one was Cole.
That's Cole.
Jackson was trying to reach across to make the tag. And Vegan Prescott struggling here, caught in this wrist lock.
I told you, Jackson. I mean, Cole. Cole. I told you, Cole, technical mastermind. He knows what he's doing.
Well, you confused yourself now.
No, I didn't. I knew exactly what I was saying. Of course I did.
Prescott, turn the tables here. Bad Intentions. Nothing pretty about their offense, but it's certainly effective. Powerful strikers. Vegan Prescott leaping over the top of Jackson. There's a hip toss. Scooped him up for a body slam. Prescott and Joshua, 2 of the most popular men in all the P.E.W, something you know nothing about.
I don't need to be popular when I have the belt. Just look at Vegan Prescott, you think I want to be him. And look at Joshua, you think I want to be him.
I think you would crave the applause of the crowd that these two get.
Absolutely not, I don't need it.
I saw the response you got when you came out here tonight. It wasn't exactly a warm response, was it?
Because the people of P.E.W don't have the respect they should be giving me. The respect, because we are a team that could beat anyone in this ring right now.
They said your tag team partner's chosen to go on holiday.
I've sent him on holiday. I decided to...
Sent him?
Yeah. I thought I'd give him a little treat. He went to the US recently, had a lovely time. I thought he needed some more time off, you know?
You're such a great guy, aren't you?
Yeah, we're the best of friends. Something you know nothing about. Friends that could gift you holidays.
So
if you show some respect, I might send you to Cavos, give you something.
2 count there. The longer I sit here, I'd go to Mars, as far away from you as possible. Tag in. Is that Cole now?
Yeah, that's that's Cole. That's Cole that's in. Yeah, it's Cole. Yeah, of course it's Cole that's in. Cole's right-handed. That's why he's hit the back elbow with his right hand. Wrestling psychology. I told you.
Very shrewd observation there. That's why you're one of the great color commentators.
Absolutely. That's why I'm one of the best in this company. We're the best tag team in this company, and that's why, because we can read something you can't.
So after you goaded your predecessors as tag team champions into giving you a title shot. What happened? You'll have to catch me up how you managed to win the titles.
We were really good and really sexy and really just wonderful at wrestling.
Maybe I just watched the tape back. I think that's probably the more accurate way to get a full report of what happened. I'm sure there was no cheating involved whatsoever.
Absolutely not, of course not.
Bad intentions here, dropping the elbow on Vegan Prescott. Trying for the cover. The left shoulder comes up for Prescott on the count of 2. Busy night here.
We all know about Cole's incredible elbow drop that he did with the right hand. As I told you, Cole, right-handed one.
Well, you were saying the one who's just tagged in is Cole.
No, the one that don't. You're being very disrespectful and trying to make me sound confused. I'm not confused. You are.
I can tell you was that Jackson and Cole are double teaming on Vegan Prescott. Joshua's short fuse causing a bit of a problem for his teammate there.
I don't think they were both in the ring. I think what's happened is that your blood sugar's a bit low, so you're seeing doubles.
Wow.
You don't know what's happening, and that's okay.
I know that was a neck breaker. Now we're going to see another cover here, another chance for Bad Intentions to win on their debut. Kick out again by Vegan Prescott. And what's going to be a busy night here at Eclipse, the new P.E.W World Champion making his first, could be his last title defense in our main event as Smashing Mike defends against the man who was the longest reigning P.E.W World Champion in history in Lance Rivera.
Bad Intentions know exactly what they're doing. Take the bad wrestler, isolate them, put one of the most tenured and one of the most well-respected people on this roster, leave him in the corner, and just hit the other guy. It worked.
And again, Joshua's temper getting the better of him. He didn't wait for the tag. And that allowed another double team from Bad Intentions.
There was no double team. Go eat a sandwich, your blood sugar's low.
Well, maybe if I ate a sandwich, I'd know whether it's Jackson or Cole, because apparently you don't.
I know which is which.
Which one's that now?
That's the other one.
There we go.
That's Jackson.
The silence spoke volume.
No, it didn't. I was just having a think and looking at the psychology of the wrestling. Because some of us are very introspective, actually.
Yes, that's a big word. Well done.
Yeah, private school education.
Joshua trying to get the crowd to feed Vegan Prescott the energy he needs to make it to the corner. And this front face lock down on the canvas. Prescott up to his feet. Able to flip over his opponent. Now he's got a clear gap between him and Jason Joshua. If he could get there, but his focus was on his opponents. He kicks them away, and here is the tag. Here comes Big Daddy Unicorn, former P.E.W World Champion himself. Uppercut from Joshua. Scooped him up, dropped him. Cole and Jackson both deposited in the middle of the canvas by Jason Joshua with that double running drop kick. Bad Intentions on opposite corners of the ring. Uppercut for one, uppercut for another from Jason Joshua.
Of course, once you've got one of the best in this company in the ring, it becomes easier. Vegan Prescott is getting charity work now.
Joshua able to do a real number here on both members of Bad Intentions, and it is giving Vegan Prescott a much needed bit of respite after that extended beatdown he suffered. Joshua coming off the second rope there with a senton. Jason Joshua looking for the win.
Cole coming for the save.
Cole saving Jackson.
You have no idea who you're talking about. That's Jackson.
You just told me that was Cole.
No, you just got it wrong.
So you are going to be here for the whole show, just checking.
I told you, it's Jackson. He's done the hip toss with his left arm.
No, I'm not worried about the Jackson Cole thing. I'm worried about having to spend 3 hours sat next to you. Vegan Prescott breaking up the cover. Prescott clearly has recovered sufficiently to come and intervene here. Prescott. Now it's his turn to buy some time for Jason Joshua. Prescott though ends up being sent to the outside himself, and Bad Intentions are going to refocus their attention on Joshua.
That's tactical, that is. Get rid of the weak one who can't actually do anything. And then...
Oh, he's done that!
Stopping Cole, can't believe it.
Tripping the leg.
Awful man.
Awful man.
Awful man.
If we did a straw poll here of who's the better human being out of you and Vegan Prescott, I think I know what the result would be among the fans here in Ettington, but Jason Joshua with the lung blower. Gonna go for the curb stomp, and he's gonna get it. Joshua will hook the leg here. Prescott will stop his partner from getting in, and Jason Joshua secures the win.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, the vegan Prescott and Jason Joshua.
Well, they may not have been a tag team until a few minutes ago, but they looked mighty impressive there, did Vegan Prescott and Jason Joshua. And if I was a P.E.W tag team champion, I'd be a little bit worried.
Why would I? It's a tag team with Vegan Prescott in it. I appreciate the Big Daddy Unicorn. Great, I'm going to keep saying because great nickname, I like it. But we beat them because me and Alexander Vane are the best tag team in this company. Nay, the best tag team in this country. Nay, the best tag team in Europe.
Humble as well.
Of course we are. And I'm charitable, I'm here.
There's a vegan Rooney from Prescott. See if Joshua can match it. No. Or maybe. Oh, that was unique. Oh, wait, now what is this?
Oh, there's the boss.
Oh, the Prestige on stage. We know that the Prestige has laid out an offer to Jason Joshua, even though they have been staunch enemies for so long, saying that he was to ally with the Prestige. Saying that if Joshua was prepared to ally with the Prestige, that he would, the sky would be the limit, he would get back into world title contention. Jason Joshua, as far as I'm aware, showing no signs though of selling his soul to the Prestige. And on the evidence of what we've just seen here, he doesn't need to, because Jason Joshua leading the way in our opener here at Eclipse with a tag team victory alongside Vegan Prescott.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what do we think of our first match? Glad you liked it, young man. Now, I'm going to get straight on with it. Let's have our second match. And this is a singles match scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first.
He is a part of the cause. This young man from Yorkshire with a bad attitude.
I like the jacket, I like the confidence. He's dressed like me but with less swag.
Delightful young man, isn't he?
I like him. He's got a little bit of suave to him. He's like me without the money. He's like Alex without the hair.
Ryden was himself a P.E.W tag team champion. In fact, one half of the first tag team champions in P.E.W history. Dealing with the Prestige back then.
Introducing his opponent.
Smart guy, knows who to align with. I like it.
Yeah, his judgment in who to pick as his friends hasn't improved over time either. Now he's part of the cause, led by H. Hood. Well, we might not have seen Ryden for a few months. We haven't seen this man in a P.E.W ring since 2022. Great to see him back. Crowd in Ettington clapping along to the theme music of Axel Carter.
Clapping along, but I don't know how much getting the crowd on your side actually helps you when you're in the ring, and that's something we've learned as a tag team.
But you're going to say you wouldn't have any experience of getting the crowd on your side, so I don't know how you would know.
We don't need them, and they're not going to help him win here.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring, hailing from Bristol, this is the Rocket, Axel Carter!
Axel Carter with high fives for all of the fans here at the Ettington Community Centre. He's got a hell of a challenge on his hands though against Ryden. One thing I will say for Ryden, since he's allied himself with H. Hood and the cause, is that it added a meanness, a ruthlessness to Ryden's game that perhaps there wasn't in the early days of his career.
This is something you need in this company. It's a charismatic edge. It's a level of aggression. It's like a bit of grit, and I like it. I like it. It's very reminiscent of me, just not as good and not as attractive.
It's a lack of basic human dignity is what it is on the part of, well, you and Ryden. Ryden starting out, it's actually a fairly important night for the cause, whose leader, Hood, is going to be in action. H. Hood against Edgar Adams in the third singles match that they've had here in recent months. It's one win apiece between those two, something of a rubber match between Hood and Adams later on. Ryden getting irritated by the pro-Carter chants here.
The pro-Carter chants that won't help you.
I don't know if that's true. Having the crowd on your side, it could be like having an extra person in your corner sometimes.
Yeah, but you would think that, wouldn't you?
You need that extra motivation when you're down, knowing that there's a lot of people willing you on. I think a lot of wrestlers will tell you that can make a difference.
It's never made a difference for me. I've never needed them.
Of course it hasn't, because no one's ever cheered for you. Rocket Axel Carter, though, not having that problem. Lots of rocket chants echoing around this great hall.
And that's it. Ryden's now upset by it, and it's given Ryden an edge. Look at that. Yeah. And that's because of the chant.
All right, let's see. It's early days. Shoulder block there from Ryden. Leapfrog from Carter. And a hip toss. Suddenly the tables have turned. Uppercut attempt there. Ryden smartly held onto the ropes and quickly took a little time out.
It's tactical decision making. You make sure that you get in the ring when you're ready. You compete when you're ready. You have a 10 count. It's within the rules.
I'm not saying it's not within the rules. I'm just saying it's not exactly the most courageous thing I've ever seen, is it?
Okay, and what? You still win matches with it.
Ryden seemingly less interested in winning the match. He is just yelling at the fans here at the moment. Referee Danny Marks up to a count of 6. Ryden's going to have to get in pretty quickly now. He's up on the apron. And Carter going to force the issue. Axel Carter bringing Ryden in the hard way.
Oh, that was rough. That's the thing. That's what you can't let the people distract you either way.
Clothesline from Carter. Carter dropping the knee, having the people on his side seems to be doing him just fine. Thank you very much. It's a 2 count for Carter. And Ryden again rolling to the outside.
If you think about it, Carter getting the people on his side is actually really unfair, because then it distracts.
It's unfair now.
Yeah, no, it's unsportsmanlike to get the crowd to chant for you. It just is, because then it's distracting to your opponent.
You are something else, you know that?
What, that something else is I'm another level of wrestling. That's my something else.
Yeah, well, you interpret that however you like. Ryden getting back onto the ring apron.
It is on your time, Ryden. Have your time.
Again, not if Carter forces the issue again.
That's not fair. That's just not fair, though.
Carter going to take Ryden from one turnbuckle to the other. Ryden able to block that one, and it's Carter who goes face first into the turnbuckle.
Very clever. I like it.
Ryden with a shoulder thrust right to the abdomen there of Carter. Uppercut from Ryden. Talk about that mean streak, that aggression that we see from Ryden since he's been part of the cause. That's certainly what's helped him get back into this one. He goes for a side press here. So 1 count before that right shoulder fires up. Kick out this time after 1 from Carter. Carter looking to pick up where he left off last time he was here some 3 years ago.
I'm the man! I'm the king! P.E.W is nothing without me!
Forget about them, just wrestle your match. Forget about them, wrestle your match.
Ryden taking time out to tell everyone how brilliant he is. Might not have been the smartest thing because Carter suddenly gets back into this as a clothesline. And the rocket firing on all cylinders here. Ryden is down. Here comes the cover from Carter for a near 4-1-2.
And rather than focusing on the match that he's got in front of him, he's looking around at the people.
Carter says he's going to line him up for an RKO. That cutter. Knee into the midsection. Oh, hold on now. Carter's tied up in the ropes. Carter is helpless here. The mercy of Ryden. That's not a position you want to be in. A man who shows no mercy.
Yeah, calling you and your lack of appreciation out. Have some respect.
Ryden sending Carter into the corner, and back of his neck went hard into that top turnbuckle. Impressive that Carter was nonetheless able to kick out prior to the count of 3. Ryden trying to complain to Danny Marks, a very experienced referee, and then saying he didn't count to 3 fast enough, which is clearly nonsense, and choking out Carter.
That count was clearly fast. He's so clearly just in the side of, just so clearly against Ryden. It's so obvious.
You shouldn't be choking the man in the first place. It's illegal. You shouldn't even have to count.
No, you have
it didn't
5
happen in
you
the
have 5
first
seconds
place.
to do it.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be doing it at all. Ryden, it's a suplex. You know when you've lost an argument, you do go very silent. Have you noticed that?
No, I'm just watching the wrestling.
Cover.
Some of us would rather watch the wrestling and actually understand what's going on.
You know,
And that's why I'm so good. That's why I'm such a good tag champ. Because I watch and understand every single person in P.E.W. That's how we pick out their flaws.
Doesn't make for a great commentator though if you just sit there in silence, does it? No. And there you go, silent again. Ryden's
Shut
gonna
up, man, I've
send
got the belt.
Carter, that's your go-to every time.
Yeah, because I've got the belt.
Carter over the top, sunset flip, Ryden's shoulders down. Carter looking for a big win. Getting close, but not close enough. Ryden comes back at him. It's an uppercut as Ryden came running in. Carter, second turnbuckle now. Off the top, try for the double axe handle.
Clever, telegraphed.
Got caught on the way down by Ryden. Ryden thinks he might have done enough to win it. Is he right? We'll find out in just a second. The answer is no.
He didn't get caught. Ryden telegraphed that, and now Ryden's back on top.
Ryden thought he would try again. Ryden's just trying to intimidate the official here for not counting as fast as he would like. I don't think that's going to work against Marks.
It's because Marks is quite clearly taking sides. He counted the choke. He counted the choke quick. He counted the pin slow. You can tell there's some favoritism. Maybe it's these fans. Maybe the fans have gotten in his ear as well. Like they've gotten in yours,
I thought
apparently.
you said the fans didn't matter.
They've gotten in Marks' ear.
From the
It shouldn't matter.
shoulder thrust into the midsection once more in the corner. From Ryden. You're forced behind those as the Carter just yelling out in pain.
Lovely shot, lovely.
To the top of the rib cage.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Get back on top.
Uppercut into the jaw. And this is another thing that I think Hood has taught Ryden is to slow the pace down when it suits him, get more methodical. And what's Ryden doing there? Removing the turnbuckle pad completely illegally, and now while the referee's distracted.
No, that's just the referee being distracted. That's tactical decision making. That's clever.
It's cheating. Ryden's using his wrist tape to choke out Carter.
Well, ignore the fact that last time we were in P.E.W, I beat Hatred. Me and Alexander Vane, we retained the belt. But that was a very clever thing that he's learned from him. Maybe that if he'd done that, maybe he would have won the belt, but he didn't. We did.
Ryden, believe it or not, this match isn't about you. It's about Axel Carter trying to get into this, back into this against Ryden. By the way, your victory in that three-way tag team match was somewhat contentious, but I guess we'll leave that conversation for another time.
It's tactical.
Double axe handle from Carter. This time he did land the axe handle.
Maybe if he'd focused on the match and not the people, he could have got the 3 there. Too much pandering. You don't need them. Especially these P.E.W fans. Come on now.
What do you mean, especially these P.E.W fans? You know how condescending that was? Ryden with a kick right to the thigh of Carter.
That's what happens when you're someone that just telegraphs all your stuff. Someone who's learned and intelligent in wrestling like Ryden, not quite my level, but someone who's intelligent will read your telegraphing. That's how it works.
Ryden certainly having his way now against Carter. There have been some shortcuts, undoubtedly.
Shortcuts or tactical decision making, you're just salty that you didn't think of it.
Again, I think that says more about you than it does about me. The fact that you're trying to defend that. But Ryden running in. Face with a forearm. Ryden again going to try for the cover. Maybe didn't get enough body weight down on the shoulders, and Carter able to kick out once more.
I will admit, a little bit of a rookie mistake not hooking the leg and just putting your chest over just in this late stage of a match.
Ryden's brought the middle turnbuckle down now in that corner. He's got the tape again.
And referee Danny Marks, as always, distracted.
So it's fine then, is it?
If
he's choking the man out, for God's sake. It's the second time Ryden's done that.
If you know full well the competency of the referee you've got in front of you, you might as well take advantage of it. It's clever.
It's unethical is what it is. There's a kick out on 2 from Carter. You look confused. I'm not sure you know what ethical means.
Ethical separates us winners from you losers.
Ryden certainly hoping to become a winner here with that big right hand. Carter sent hard into the corner. I think the ring moved slightly with the impact there.
It did. It went about 6 inches.
Kick out nonetheless from Carter. Carter has been able to withstand a lot of abuse here and still been able to hang on in there, at least for now.
I will admit Carter's withstood a barrage, but withstanding stuff doesn't win you matches, it just gets you hurt.
There, I will agree. He's got to find a way to get back into this. That might be it. Ryden went for the leg drop, nobody home. Can Carter capitalize? Carter able to free that leg, kicks Ryden away. Clothesline from the Rocket. And another. Carter. Well delivered vertical suplex. Can he get on top of him for the cover? A couple of seconds to get there, and that might be the difference between 2 and 3 as Ryden gets the shoulder up off the canvas.
Again, it's because Carter was too busy looking around, looking for the people's approval, rather than going for a proper pin.
Once more, Carter getting the fans on side as he lines up Ryden. Ryden comes running in. It was rash from Ryden. He took a boot to the face there. Over the top though goes Carter off the second turnbuckle into the crossbody. Has he done enough this time? Not quite. Carter getting closer though, with every passing minute here.
I'll have to admit that lovely crossbody, but this is what happens when you spend. Look, he's giving it away.
Carter looking for that cutter, I think. Instead of a hip toss from Ryden. Extra impact, he went for the pin and he got him. Ryden, just like that, turns the tables to his advantage and secures the victory.
I told you, we knew what was going to happen. I knew what was going to happen, and that's because I watch wrestling and I'm really good at picking it apart. Something you seem to need to get better at.
Thank you for the constructive feedback. Ryden, well, I'm sure be getting plenty of positive feedback from H-Hood when he returns to the locker room, having picked up a victory to start the night here for the cause. Will it be 2 for 2 later on when H-Hood, the leader of that group, goes one-on-one with Edgar Adams? Now Ryden, having been away for a few months, looking as good as ever. Pains me to say it, but an impressive victory in the end from Ryden against a highly committed Axel Carter.
That's what happens when you commit to the people and not your match.
Let's give it up for Axel Carter.
Great to see Carter again, and hopefully it won't be another 3 years. Axel Carter, very popular here in Ettington. The Rocket ends up, unfortunately, on the losing end here at Eclipse. I wonder where that wrist tape came from.
Don't know. No idea.
I have an
No
idea.
idea at all.
Ryder's changed it, hasn't he? He's gone from being the sound guy to being... A cheating chicken. I didn't say that, that young man said that. A cheating chicken.
It is true.
No, he's just intelligent. He's learned that there's extra steps to learning how to wrestle.
I didn't say that. You said that. Right, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's have our third match of the evening. And this is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
Last-minute replacement here, making her P.E.W debut.
Introducing first, hailing from South London, making her P.E.W debut. This is the Warrior Princess,
Amara Jade certainly looking extremely focused as she walks out here. The Warrior Princess, a great replacement, as I said, for the injured Ashley Vega. We wish Vega a swift recovery.
And next, her opponent.
Amara Jade coming back from a foot injury. Coming back better than ever, more focused than ever.
It was only our last show 3 weeks ago where this young woman made her debut. Great conveyor belt of talent continuing to come through phenomenal elite wrestling.
I'll have to admit, she did make quite an impression last time out.
Making her way to the ring, she hails from Liverpool. This is Hannah Taylor.
And off the wall just 3 weeks ago, as I said, made her debut here in P.E.W, did Hannah Taylor, a loss to Kiara, albeit only thanks to the actions of our other co-general manager, the Prestige. And Taylor already with plenty of reason to have beef with the Prestige, which is true of just about 3/4 of the locker room.
Show some respect to the Prestige, the man paying your paycheck.
Co-paying. Chocolate Thunder's my other boss now.
You know he's the one. You know that the Prestige is the one that really is the money man, the one that makes the real decisions.
Well, I heard it was 50-50 now. To the P.E.W management board deciding that the Prestige's abuses of power were such that his power needed checking. Taylor against Amara Jade here. Collar and elbow tie up to start things out. And hopefully put a lot of energy into this, trying to gain an early upper hand.
Amara Jade, known for her MMA and shoot fighting experience. One of the most vicious people to come out of South London in a while.
Taylor and Jade circling each other again. They'll lock up for a second time here. Women's division here in P.E.W. as competitive as it's ever been. The women's title going to be on the line later on, of course. Freya Rose defending against Lila Kyle. Rivalry those two have been having in recent weeks and months.
Both sides trying to fight to be on top of that lockup.
You'd have to say, even though both these women are early in their P.E.W careers, a victory here would put them right into the conversation when it comes to who's going to be the next challenger for whoever is women's champion after tonight. They're trying to ensure that it's her with a pin attempt there.
In the rare occasion I do agree with you, this does speak levels for the P.E.W women's title.
A head look takedown by Jade. Referee just checking that the shoulders of Taylor don't go down the canvas. Jade's did as Taylor just rolled her over there.
Lovely headlock takeover, digging her hands right into the side of her chin.
Taylor finally able to escape the clutches there of Amara Jade, and now rolling on top of her, grabbing a hold of the left arm, now the right arm as well, trying to stretch her out here. Gets her in a position where she can roll her over, force those shoulders down for a 2 count. Jade, again, just still looking extremely determined, taking her eyes off her opponent really since the opening bell. She's got an MMA background, certainly gives her a degree of focus that will serve her well here in PEW. Taylor, though, crucifix pin has Jade's shoulders down to the canvas again, and Jade only just rolled through, and what, 2.75 there. Here comes Taylor. Taylor nearly put Jade on her head there. Caught her with a swing blade as they charged at each other.
Lovely arm drag off the ropes to set up the swing blade.
And Taylor's side as she charges in. A drop toe hold though from Jade, sending Taylor face first, second turnbuckle.
You know what I feel. You know what I think about the crowd being on your side, and you can see it. The crowd was on her side. It's gotten into her head, and now Amara Jade has capitalized.
You do come across as a very petty, jealous young man. You know that. Hannah Taylor on just her second appearance here in PEW with more crowd support than you've ever had.
Because I don't need it. I've got the belt.
That's your go-to every time.
I won the belt in my 3rd ever PEW match. Show some respect.
Again, how did you win it? That's a rhetorical question. Amara Jade kicking away here.
And no matter what the crowd can do, Amara Jade is keeping her down. You can see that there's a bit of aggression, a bit of grit that Anna Taylor doesn't have, that the crowd can't provide.
Amara Jade certainly doing all right without the crowd support, and series of uppercuts there. Maybe went for it one too many times in the backslide. Look at the split-legged stance there from Taylor for extra leverage. Scored her a 2 count. Amara Jade straight back on her.
Lovely floored teep kick. Just trying to take out her knee.
Yeah, the knee, one of the weakest points in the human anatomy. Amara Jade knows that and trying to target that left knee. Speaking of knees, knee of her own, that one to the jaw of Hannah Taylor. Jade now with Taylor backed into the corner. Is going to send her diagonally across the ring, hard into that corner. Padding on those turnbuckles, not especially thick. It's still a heavy impact. Taylor's running for a second time there. Moves out the way though. Rolling back into the ring. It's the roll-up, couldn't quite keep her balance in such a way that the shoulders of Amara Jade would stay down. Kick from Jade.
Amara Jade using the environment as a weapon as well as herself. That's decision making I can appreciate.
Jade, a vicious kick to that left knee of Hannah Taylor. Headbutt from Jade. Talked about aggression earlier on when it came to Ryden. I think we're seeing something similar here from Amara Jade. You've got to be impressed, I think, with how vicious she's being with some of these strikes. But Taylor able to counter into a Rana. Hooking that leg is Taylor. Getting another close fall, a 2 count for Taylor.
Kick right to the side of the stomach, right in between the rib and the hip bone. Very soft, very gentle area. Sensitive, I must say. I was looking for that word.
There's not much gentle about it when the point of someone's toe goes into that area. It's Hannah Taylor who's done well, I think, by the way, Taylor, to get straight back on the horse, so to speak, after that tainted defeat to Kiara last time around.
Tainted or tactical?
Oh my God, it's just, you know what I mean. Is there any rule breaking that you don't think is perfectly fine?
If you get away with it, is it really rule breaking?
Yes. Blue Fez press and then just
The rules only count if they're enforced. That's how life works. The rules only count if they're enforced. If they're not, they don't count.
Mara Jade trying to secure a victory here against Hannah Taylor in this match. Thankfully, so far has been largely within the rules.
Using the pointer of her elbow right on the base of Hannah Taylor's nose.
And Taylor, you can see, is feeling some of the effects of this onslaught from Jade.
The thing that I appreciate is Amara Jade working around the body, not just picking something and going for it, but really chopping her down.
Kind of hedging her bets here, Jade. Was focusing on that left knee, but as you say now, going to some other body parts as well.
But that's tactical decision making. You take a leg out first, then they can't stand up straight, and then you've got access to everything else, and they don't have one of their biggest ways to avoid, which is movement.
Just going back to the leg there, a kick to the back of the knee from Jade. Taylor's going to roll her up again. Taylor getting more weight down on the shoulders that time. Good for another 2 count before Jade kicked out. Very even contest, this one between Taylor and Jade. Jade with the elbow into that side of the head. Taylor again sent flying across the ring, again into the turnbuckles. Jade, it's a knee up. Taylor able to defend herself. She tries to get out of the corner. Big elbow smash there from Taylor.
Rough forearm from Taylor.
Look at the clothesline, and Taylor gets her on the second time. Once more taking her down the back of Jade's head, bouncing off of the canvas. And again, Taylor building up momentum now. And Taylor with a DDT.
Planting Amara Jade way too hard on her head. She looks rocked.
I don't know if she knows where she is. If Taylor can drape an arm over Amara Jade, I think Taylor's going to get her first victory here in P.E.W.
My belief is Amara Jade, with all that viciousness, just gave Taylor way too much space. You can hit someone as hard as you want, but if you can't capitalize on it quickly and efficiently, that's your problem.
There's one thing to be ruthless on offense, but sometimes you've got to play defense. And Jade, as you say, left herself open there. Taylor looking for the lariat, couldn't get it. Jade catches her with the kick. Taylor, Saito suplex from Amara Jade.
Right onto the back of her head with the Saito.
Taylor landed hard. Still, nonetheless, able to kick out. We've seen some displays of resilience here tonight at Eclipse already. We're seeing another one here from Hannah Taylor.
Amara Jade first one to her feet, knowing that's important. Being the first to capitalize is really important.
Yeah, Jade looking to dictate the situation as Taylor gets to her feet, but straight to her front face lock now. Jade going behind, putting all of her body weight on top of Taylor here. You see her trying to hook her hands together. She does that. Taylor's in big trouble, and she knew it, which is why she forced herself towards the ropes. Jade went throat first, I think, into that top rope. There's that lariat. With that arm hooked behind Jade, Taylor will go for the pin, and Hannah Taylor secures her first P.E.W. victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Hannah Taylor.
No prestige to interfere with Hannah Taylor's offense tonight, and Taylor securing a win against Amara Jade. You've got to be impressed with what you just saw there.
I was impressed. I think Amara Jade has a big future in the P.E.W. women's division, and I think without the prestige, Taylor finally wins a match. But when the boss is involved, the money man, the guy that runs this thing, if you can't make it finish, if you can't get a finish then.
So Hannah Taylor still some trouble with that left knee. What's this now? Oh, look who's here.
And the boss.
Yeah, with his personal security guard, JC.
You just don't understand people like me and the prestige.
Hannah Taylor. But for those of you that weren't here at the last show or didn't see what happened, Hannah Taylor lost to your princess, to the people's princess, to my princess, P.E.W. And Hannah Taylor, I know coming from Liverpool, you don't know much about princesses, but
Someone's turned his microphone off, thank God for that.
you don't know much
It's
about
disrespectful.
princesses, Hannah Taylor, but I need you.
It's happened again.
Microphone works. This microphone. Yeah, that microphone. This one. You want this microphone?
Co-general managers disagreeing about who's going to use which microphone. Gotta love Chocolate Thunder.
Disrespecting the... You need to appreciate when the adults are
You may not know
talking.
much about Princesses Hannah Taylor, but I need you now to acknowledge and be a gracious loser to Princess Kiara and acknowledge Kiara as your princess.
I want to use this one. Go on, Anna.
I'll be honest. The only thing I know about princesses is they kiss a lot of frogs.
Vile thing to say about the boss.
Looks like a frog. And walks like a frog. It's probably a frog.
Oh, now this microphone's having some difficulty as well. I'll tell you what, the technical gremlins here getting in the way, but the message was loud and clear, I think.
All of them were hired by Chucky Thunder, that's why they're all awful. It's like you.
Just acknowledge Kiara as your princess.
The frog says what? It'd be nice to have a mic at work, but we both know.
Hannah, I appreciate that you're talking, just remember my eyes are up here, please. The buffet is closed!
Grotesque.
Honest. He's a sexy man. He's on our side.
Just shout, just shout.
Hello? Okay, we got it. Look, it wasn't the thing down there that I was looking at, it was the one on your head. So, I'd really like a rematch with Kiara. But on the caveat, she lets your balls out the box. I mean, they're kind of really locked in there, aren't they? It's okay, I like box. Not all of them.
You want a match with my princess? Maybe you haven't learned from the last time, but fine. You get beaten again by the people's princess. And Dave Bradley, you point that smirk on your face for a start.
He's not with me, he's not with me.
Kiara will see you here June 22nd, and the princess will beat you again.
Well, Hannah Taylor getting what she wanted. Finally goading the Prestige into granting Taylor a rematch against the so-called Princess Kiara. Hannah Taylor outsmarting the Prestige there, which admittedly isn't the hardest thing to do. Hannah Taylor. Chocolate Thunder doesn't need a microphone.
Winning the people over, winning the match, but blowing out her knee. That's going to affect her for the rest of her career. Knees don't regenerate.
Quite the optimist, aren't you?
Knees don't regenerate.
I should be hoping that knee recovers in time, because as we just heard, later this summer, he's got another rematch against Kiara. June 22nd, Taylor and Kiara, the rematch.
Ladies and gentlemen, the mic is no longer. Shout louder. He's put up a good show, but ladies and gentlemen, he's just given up the fight. I think that one encounter with Prestige was enough to just put it to sleep permanently, so... I'm going to have to yell really loud! Ladies and gentlemen, shall I introduce our next match? I said, shall I introduce our next match? If I'm shouting, you're going to shout. So, without further ado, let's have our next match, scheduled for one fall. Introducing first!
Deep breath.
All right now, drop it. Oh, it is as well.
The leader of the cause. And that cause, as we all know, is quite simply the betterment of H. Hood. Unfortunately, none of his minions seem to have realised that yet.
Just to remind everybody, last time we were here at P.E.W,
Introducing first, hailing from Sinfin.
very confident for a man that was beaten by Flawless Source.
Well, I think H. Hood will tell you it wasn't the cause who were pinned in that match. Well, there was something of a miscue, of course, between H. Hood and 4D, the cause team, which certainly helped you to retain those titles.
Me and H. Hood might not see eye to eye, but we can both appreciate that we don't like you, Dave Bradshaw.
You've got that in common, at least.
All the good wrestlers have it in common.
Hood looking to prove just how good he is. He can win 2 out of 3 here. It's a rubber match of sorts. It is 1-1 between him and Edgar Adams.
Introducing his opponent.
He is the Speed Demon. He has been at war with H. Hood for the past few weeks.
Making his way to the ring, hailing from Burton-on-Trent, he is the Speed Demon, Edgar Adams.
This all began back at Bangers in April when Adams got a pinfall victory over Hood. Hood turning the tables, getting a win against Hood just a few weeks ago. Look at Mayhem. There's Mayhem to start this match.
I don't play here, pal. This is round 3.
H. Hood was the first ever internet champion here in P.E.W. Close to a year on the shelf with an injury, did Hood, but he's been even more dominant arguably since he came back here, which makes it all the more impressive that Adams was able to get that win over him at Bangers. Especially now that Hood has the backup of the other members of the court.
Thing is, I will...
Wait a second, Adams through the ropes with that drop kick.
You can't, like, I appreciate the amount of brutality that H. Hood is putting out, but this is just like a rookie mistake from him, in that you can't let someone who relies on speed get so much of space.
Hood, so much aggression, so much anger inside of him. Normally that's carrying him to victory. And smart there as well from Hood. Again, not particularly brave, but smart, rolling out of the way. Here comes Adams. Adams trying to come through the ropes with him again. This time Hood cuts him off.
That's telegraphing, and that's being able to read people. He's given him all that space because he knows he's going to run. And so what happens when you give someone space and they're fast? You just pick up momentum. I didn't pay attention in school, but I know that the more space you've got, the more momentum you pick up.
Putting the boot in there into Edgar Adams after dropping the back of his neck over the ropes a second ago. These two have got to know each other, obviously, pretty well in the past couple of months. Hood did successfully foresee what Adams was trying to do.
Hood now spending more time paying attention to closing that space, keeping it tight, keeping it compact, laying in brutal strike after brutal strike, and just not letting Edgar Adams get anything in.
He just likes to bully opponents in there and putting the boot in here.
Bully or dominate, that's the difference.
I don't think they're mutually exclusive. Hood does both, undoubtedly. Snap suplex there from Hood. Hood's going to try for the pinfall. Going to force a kick out here from Adams. Adams is already feeling some pain in his lower back. That jars the entire frame when you have to kick out of a pin like that. Hood knows that. That's maybe part of the reason he went for that early cover. Adams trying to pick up the pace. Will suit him more the faster the tempo is here. That's exactly why Hood immediately, you saw him just slowing it down again with that knee right into the midsection. Keep up with a snapmare.
Keep it slow, keep it gritty. That's all you need from H. Hood.
Hood applauding himself. I guess someone has to applaud him. There's a cover and a 2 count for Hood. And we know at least one other member of the cause is here today, Ryden, who got that victory earlier on. His first match here in several months against Axel Carter.
Could very easily be a great day for the cause.
The cause have been all about trying to assert their dominance in P.E.W as a group. To have an undefeated night, clearly, would be sending a message to the rest of the locker room. At least Edgar Adams, who I think Hood took it as a personal slight that Adams was able to pin his shoulders down to the canvas last month. Even by Hood standards, there's a level of aggression, level of rage here. Seems to be a couple of notches higher than normal.
Absolutely. These two competitors have faced each other enough and have telegraphed each other and read each other enough. These two competitors are so focused on each other that he knows what he needs.
Hood's going to run up. Brutal uppercut. Adams, if it wasn't for his arms being draped over those top ropes, I think he would be flat on the floor here. He can barely hold his own weight up. Maybe he can, Adams! Showing a new lease of life here. Look at Adams, lefts and rights on Hood in the corner. Into the head, now going to the bodies. Peppering those strikes from every direction is Adams. The referee in the end had to tell him to bring it out of the corner. The damage was done though. But how fast is Edgar Adams when he gets going?
H. Hood has given him too much of a gap.
Adams right to that left ear of Hood. And Adams coming off the turnbuckles, dropping the elbow deep into the heart of H. Hood. Hooking that outside leg is Adams. Right shoulder coming up for Hood to keep him in it. Adams very, very close to claiming this third match in the series between these guys.
H. Hood using that size and momentum to kick out. Really pulling that right shoulder over to kick him off.
Adams trying to lift up Hood. He's able to do it, but can't get him in the position he wants him to, because Hood trying to resist, finally able to break that resistance, hits that German suplex. Now Adams spins him round, drops him down hard on his back. Hood's in trouble. If Adams can go for the cover, he could win it here. He's got on top of him. Can he stay there for the 3 count? Hood, no, just getting out in time.
You can tell that those have really rocked Hood. Hood preparing for this match was expecting strikes, was expecting a barrage. He wasn't expecting to get dropped on the back of his head.
Adams, running kick. He was on his knees, now he's flat on his back. Edgar Adams showing very clearly here that his victory over Hood at Bangers was anything but a fluke. He's more than hanging in there with Hood here tonight. just as he did at Mayhem as well. Right foot going onto the bottom rope there for Hood rather than a kick out.
Just want to point out that Edgar Adams checking his foot right after that flurry of moves, not being able to capitalize straight away. You can tell there's something in the ankle, something in the Achilles almost.
Yeah, you can see he's just hitting his own foot as well, trying to get some feeling back into it, I think.
If H. Hood notices that, that could be game over.
He might not get a chance to notice it because Adams has just put him in position. He's trying to climb up here, but there is trouble. It's taking Adams a lot longer than normal to try and climb up there. Hood was able to try and cut him off, and now he has him up on the shoulders. Adams in a place he doesn't want to be. Got out of it, but straight into an uppercut from Hood. Hood lifts him up into a power bomb. Great force on the power bomb from Hood, and Adams nonetheless still kicking out.
Brutal powerbomb. I'm honestly shocked that he's kicked out. You can see he's out right now. He's used that last little bit of consciousness to kick out.
Yeah, I think it's instinct. Even when you're semi-conscious, you hear the referee's hand hit the canvas twice. You make sure you move your shoulders before that third count. That's what Adams did there. Good though, front face, or maybe going to look for the Hood hammer, trying to finish him off here. Well, in fact, no, he's going to deposit him on the top. What's he doing here, Hood? Hood with some evil intentions, I think, for Edgar Adams. It's risky though, because Adams is more comfortable than most up there on the top turnbuckle. If he can regain his bearings here, maybe he can. He's fighting back.
When you fought each other so many times, risk is what you need. Everything that you've done, everything you could possibly hit, you've hit before.
Hood gets shoved away. Oh, now look at this. Here comes Ryden. Oh, I didn't think he'd stay out of it for long. Ryden gets shoved away there by Adams. Ryden still causing a distraction. Hood catches Adams. Those extra few seconds could be critical for Hood. Oh, the low blow from Hood. The low blow. Dropping him right on the back of the neck. Hood's going to steal one here. Yes, he does.
Phenomenal decision making, tactical from the cause. That's called team synergy. That's called knowing what the other person needs, knowing what your leader needs. Incredible stuff.
Hood with the low blow at the distraction. Doesn't surprise me in the slightest that you're defending it, as is Ryden.
Absolutely.
That's the way the cause roll, like it or not. Strength in numbers. Ryden with the diversionary tactic there on the referee to help his boss, H. Hood, with the victory.
I will say that if they ever tried to do that on me and Alexander Vane, Flawless Source, your P.E.W tag team champions, we would demolish them. Don't you do it on lesser tag teams, not us.
You're the one team I might endorse it against. The microphone again having some difficulties here, which might be for the best, because I don't think we want to hear from Hood.
Just shout. Who's running this show? Where's my mic? Give him a one. Give him a one. Give him a one. Am I doing? Hello. Can you hear me? Hey, Ryan! You're good! You ain't good! That's a poor excuse. I won. 1, 2, 3. Speaking of winning, I speak in the cause. 40. 30.
Yeah, maybe take the hit.
I told you last time, Morley! You step in line or you step out! Now!
He's calling out 40, who he blames for that defeat in that tag match against
You hear what I gotta say?
against you guys last time around. 40 has been called out here by H. Hood. The holder of the Internet Championship. 40, the only member of the cause who actually currently holds the title, which maybe is where some of this aggression from Hood is coming from.
Title? You're talking about titles? You mean like the P.E.W tag team titles that me and Alexander Vane hold?
I wasn't talking about that.
You know the titles that they don't hold because we beat them the last show? Yeah, that one. Yeah.
By the way, Hood has called out 40.
Remember, how you got that was when you came to the cause. These people got you nothing until I came along. So we came along.
We should have given a lecture here to 40. What? Don't be ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous.
To be honest, for a man like 40, learning from someone like H. Hood,
I'm going to give over his title.
Sacrifices must be made.
You put your faith in me and you handed me that title. You handed me that title.
40's thinking about it. Hood getting in his face here. This is getting uncomfortable. Oh, maybe I thought he was going to give it to him. 40 won't let go. Headbutt from 40. 40's had enough. 40's had enough of the cause. Look at him unloading here on Ryden. Might be a mistake though, it's 2-on-1. It's 2-on-1.
It was a mistake. That's a young kid mistake from 40.
Hood and Ryden. And now apparently former stablemates of 40.
I'm gonna head you. Here, hold him up.
40 trying to fight back. Hood again was trying to bully him into giving him the Internet title. 40 refused. He takes that title to the face. 40 going to pay a heavy price for refusing to do the bidding here of H. Hood.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Maybe he should have. Maybe he just should have.
40's been dumped on the outside of the ring here.
Come here.
Well, that's 40's mum. That is 40's mother. Hood and Ryden are going to beat up 40 in front of his family. Sick. They're sick. What's wrong with these two? Ryden bringing 40 back into the ring for more punishment. You going to condone this?
Absolutely, yeah.
Ryden.
That's what happens. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. You cross someone like H. Hood.
Well, you got Vegan Prescott. Vegan Prescott's seen enough, so is Jockey Thunder, who's back out here. Finally, some reinforcements. Just like all bullies, they scarper as soon as the numbers are even.
This just shows that H. Hood has more intelligent decision-making than 40. 40 came out to a loss. H. Hood didn't.
Hood and Ryden heading for the hills here as soon as Vegan Prescott and the Jockey Thunder came back out here. I've had a lot of criticism of 40, we all have, but that took some guts on the part of 40 to stand up to H. Hood. There's plenty of history between 40 and Vegan Prescott, of course. Fordy betrayed Prescott all those months ago. Vegan street fight between them. These two found some level of respect now. What is this? Incredibly forgiving of Vegan Prescott to come out here and help Fordy. Wait, Prescott was going to leave. And a reunion between Vegan Prescott and Fordy. There's something I didn't think we'd see. A hug of forgiveness between Prescott and Fordy. And Fordy has seen the error of his ways. No longer under the control of H-Hood, no longer part of the cause. Fordy has seen sense here at Eclipse. An emotional moment here at the Ettington Community Centre as Vegan Prescott and Fordy reuniting. A hug for Fordy's mum as well from Prescott. And of course, Fordy remains the internet champion, having refused to surrender that title to H-Hood. But if there was a target on his back before as champion, there is an even bigger one now after he dared to defy the cause. A hell of a moment here between Fordy and Vegan Prescott.
The gods are shining down on Ettington tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have a working microphone! For how long I don't know, so we're going to make the most of it, ladies and gentlemen. Did you all enjoy your break? Yes. Did you get a drink? Yes. Did you get a raffled ticket? Yes. Oh my word, the holy trifecta. Now, I've had a Coke, my throat is fine, so let's get on with the show, ladies and gentlemen. And I believe we have an open challenge issued by this person.
Okay. Go on, Bridget.
You bunch of
Go on, Bridget.
Who's that?
No, I have to sit by them.
Ladies and gentlemen, making their way to the ring, this is Tyler Adams.
Lucky Bill's gone, guys.
Lucky Bill's sorted now, yeah? All good? Sam.
So everyone's come to see the Tyler Adams Open Challenge, yeah? Who do you think it's going to be? Some little scruff? Or somebody that can actually beat me? Because that doesn't happen much around here. I mean, I like to, think positively. But it doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter how big they are, how little they are, if it's a man, if it's a woman, if it's a woman. Because Tyler Adams doesn't lose. Tyler Adams doesn't lose, mate. And I don't know who Bridget is, but you better shut your mouth. So do you want to see who I'm going to beat? In record time, mate, might I add. Record time. What do we reckon, Chalky? What do we reckon? I mean, do you know who it is? You're the GM here. Do you know who it is? Are you keeping secrets from me? That's not on the contract, mate.
Well, you seem pretty keen, Tyler, so let's see who's going to answer your challenge.
Oh, this is a surprise. It's going to be another P.E.W debut. I don't think Adams was expecting this. Look at the look on his face.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing from Shrewsbury, making her P.E.W debut, this is Saxa!
Saxa choosing to reach for the proverbial brass ring here for an opening, an opportunity. He's chosen to take it, answering the open challenge of Tyler Adams.
With someone of the viciousness and the grit of Tyler Adams, is this a smart decision?
Please, just do me that solid. Because here at P.E.W, we do not entertain intergender wrestling, especially not when I could have you on the mat quicker than you came down to the ring, mate. I mean, you look all eager, you look very confident, but I'm going to wipe that confidence straight off your face, because nobody here knows who Saxa is. Saxa sucks. Yeah? No, Saxa sucks. So actually, you know, I'm not going to entertain this league. Come stand here, come stand here, come on. I'm not going to do anything. Come stand here, because, you know, you can learn a very, very good lesson today. It's to get out of my room.
Oh, for goodness sake.
I'm not entertaining. No. You get it right.
Listen, Tyler, you said anybody, man or woman, so now we are doing intergender matches, so this is happening. Now get on with it, Tyler.
Tyler Adams, he did say wrestle any one man or woman, and now he's taking exception to the notion of intergender wrestling. Saxa doesn't seem bothered. She's ready to go, and here she comes. Adams looking for a clothesline, couldn't get it. Instead, gets planted on his face. Saxa has been able to really take Tyler Adams off of his game here. Adams is right about something. He has had a lot of success here recently in P.E.W, including last time he was with us at Mayhem. Hang on a second, his shoulders are down there for two. Got a victory over Jackie T 4 weeks ago. And as we say about Jackie T and indeed Adam Bolt, the better, quite honestly.
Saxa getting some fire in, but I don't think that upsetting someone like Tyler Adams is really that good an idea. But he's only going to come back.
Upsetting him. It was an open challenge he issued. She just answered the challenge. How's that upsetting him?
You know those aren't the rules he meant. You know what
he said. He would wrestle anyone, man or woman. Those were his exact words before her music hit.
You keep bringing up that some things are not like in the rules, out of the rules, whatever. Now that you've caught him by surprise, now that you've caught Tyler Adams by surprise, you're not.
What was he expecting? Was he not expecting to get caught by surprise when he issues an open challenge? That's the whole point of an open challenge. It's a surprise who answers it.
Also, this is a new person to the P.E.W locker room.
Also, excuse after excuse after excuse. Tyler Adams
back on top.
Yeah, finally getting into the match.
Here we go.
Well, you was a lawyer or something.
No, I'm just someone that understands the business.
I see. Because you're a champion, you got the.
Yes, because I'm a champion. Me and Alexander Vane of Flawless Source.
Oh, I'm watching. Saxa was able to take advantage as Adams was distracted, yelling over in our direction. Adams getting embarrassed here a little bit by Saxa at the moment on her debut as a sunset flip into a cover. There's a 2 count. Adams though trying to get a suplex, couldn't get it. Instead there's the inside cradle from Saxa. 2 count and the sun setting here in Warwickshire. The lights coming on in the Ettington Community Centre. There's a backslide.
The Ettington floodlights are on.
Oh, and Adams very pleased with himself, hitting a drop kick.
Frustrating someone like Tyler Adams is not a good idea because even when he's mad, he's still got that composure to pick a moment and strike.
Okay, so you're not his lawyer, you're his PR guy.
I'm a PR guy for anyone that's good at wrestling.
I see.
Sorry.
And you're the arbiter of who's good and who's not, are you?
Yes, because I'm the tag team champion of Elite Wrestling.
That's weird, you hadn't mentioned that.
Yeah, of course I haven't. Not enough.
Uppercut by Adams on Saxa in the corner. Saxa hard from one side to the other, and here's that cockiness of Tyler Adams. Look at him ruffling the hair of Saxa, a very patronising thing to do. Whispering, I think, presumably some abuse there at Saxa. He's a thoroughly unpleasant human being, isn't he, Tyler Adams?
No, he's a vicious, calculated,
cover there,
conniving human being, and that's what you need to be a successful professional wrestler.
Well, you can't be a decent human being and be good at wrestling, is that what you're saying?
If you're going to focus on being a decent human being, sometimes things don't work out for you.
Roll up here. And kick out on two, clothesline from Adams.
Lovely lariat.
And Saxa didn't see that one coming. Adams now trying to wear down Saxa, trying to put her to sleep here. This would be a very inauspicious end to Saxa's P.E.W debut if Tyler Adams can win this with the sleeper hold. Saxa with the elbow. Back to her feet here. Stunner. Adams dazed. Saxa's going to go to the ropes. Adams ducked the clothesline, trying for another one of his own. They both had the same idea. Both clothesline, both go down. Very even contest here in this open challenge issued by Tyler Adams, an open challenge that he himself was reluctant to go ahead with when he saw that it was Saxa who answered the call. Referee counting them both down up to a count of 4. Both competitors moving though. I think they're both going to beat the count. In fact, Adams is already up to his feet. Saxa gets a second or so behind him. But Saxa first to the strike, gets a couple of forearms to the face of Adams. There's a third one. Adams firing back though with the knee. Clothesline from Saxa. Explosive offense here from Saxa. Tilton well, head scissor takedown on Tyler Adams. Adams got no idea where he is here. Here comes Saxa. Saxa with the swinging kick right into the face of Adams.
Tyler Adams doesn't know where he is. That's impressive from someone as new as Saxa to get someone who's experienced Tyler Adams.
The cutter from Saxa and a kick out. Only just from Adams. Adams having dismissed the abilities of Saxa at the beginning of the match. That would make it all the more humiliating for Adams if he were to lose this. Oh my. Doesn't look like he's going to though. Adams caught her good there. Goes for the pin. Left shoulder coming up for Saxa. Nonetheless, Tyler Adams, that move could be a decisive turning point here. Adams having a little bit of verbal back and forth there with the referee. But the double underhook here. To a victory roll. Great counter from Saxa. Adams, got a hold of Adams stole it. I think Adams maybe had a handful of tights there.
That's just veteran wisdom. That's just knowing you were
cheating.
Referee counted it.
Handful of tights.
Referee counted it. My type of guy. The referee counted it. Hey. It's my type of guy. The referee counted it.
Absolutely no moral backbone whatsoever, him or you. Tyler Adams
hustled, but the referee Danny Marks counted. So who's the real bad guy in the situation?
Tyler Adams.
We'll agree to disagree. And only one of us has a P.E.W title belt.
Oh, you're a champion?
Yeah, I am. Surprisingly, yeah. Don't think I've mentioned.
That was more surprised than me, I can tell you that.
Let's give it up for Saxa!
Saxa, hell of an effort on her debut, and quite honestly, not her fault that she didn't walk out with the victory there after another shortcut. Seen a few of those tonight. Latest one by Tyler Adams.
intergender match in P.E.W history. And I don't think that will be the last. So, what's my trainer for? It's got, no, I got it. So, during the first half, when the mic kept going on and off, you might have missed this match being announced for our next show on the 22nd of June, right here in Ettington. It will be Hannah Taylor versus the posh princess Kiara.
The Primark Princess.
I like that. I have to admit, I do like that. It is clever. But I don't believe in disrespecting the prestige and disrespecting Posh Princess.
The Prestige was on the phone with Posh Princess. And it was a very heated debate, let's put it that way. I think someone's in the doghouse. I think Mr. Prestige may well be in the doghouse, ladies and gentlemen. I think we need a moment of silence for the Prestige. Anyway,
it's a brief moment.
Let's introduce our next match, which is for the P.E.W Women's Championship. And it's a singles match scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first, and next, the champion.
Part of Bread for Better. Very contentious group here in P.E.W.
Contentious or championship caliber group.
Well, she is the champion, but for how much longer? That is the question for this young woman as she walks into Eclipse here tonight in Ettington. Rose clinging pretty tight to that women's title belt, it looks like.
She is your P.E.W Women's Champion.
Yeah, we didn't need to announce that twice, thank you, Freya.
Disrespectful from Chucky Thunder. That's a women's champ.
Disrespectful. He's announced her twice as champion. How much more respect does she need? Ridiculous.
Not enough, not enough.
Freya Rose, you want to talk about disrespect? What about disrespecting your opponent by refusing to even get in the ring and start this championship match? Get in the ring!
That title belt signifies talent, signifies that Freya Rose is the most talented woman in P.E.W, and that requires respect.
She might be incredibly talented, she certainly is, but she has been pinned by her opponent tonight, Lila Kyle. Kyle pinning Rose in a tag team match at Bangers last month. So Rose has also pinned Kyle in a 3-on-3 tag team match. She was part of a Bread for Better team at Off the Wall just 3 weeks ago. So both of these women have been able to unlock the secret of how to pin each other, but the question is who can do it first here, one-on-one with the P.E.W Women's Championship on the line.
Jackets down.
We're ready to go.
Kyle very happy-go-lucky young woman, much more popular, I think, with the Ettington fans. You hear the Pocket Rocket chant already. And we talked about the lineage, the list of women who've held the P.E.W title in these past, 3 years or so.
I think the people here need to realise that Freya Rose has a pedigree in P.E.W that Lila Kyle just doesn't have yet.
Well, says you, we'll find out.
Says me, yes.
This is Kyle's chance to prove differently. Hoping to become a new champion here. Speaking of new champions, our new P.E.W World Champion. He's Smashing Mike, and he's going to be defending the title straight after this match in our main event against Lance Rivera.
Smashing Mike.
So I think you have to be respectful towards champions.
But it's not Smashing Mike.
What?
I'm respectful towards champions when it's not Smashing Mike.
Oh, okay. So they're making the rules up as you go along. I see. Freya Rose, surprisingly, maybe is obeying the rules. There was a break there, demanded by the referee, and the champion obliging.
Freya Rose is the champ. She's part of Bred for Better. She knows that she doesn't need to cheat and go underhanded to win. As you know, I can't stand cheating, obviously. I can't stand cheating in professional wrestling. It's so wrong.
A consistent voice for fair play all night.
I'm a bastion of rule following, actually.
Yeah. That's what people call you, certainly. One of many names people call you. Freya Rose going for the cover. There's a 1 count for the champion.
And straight back to the headlock for the champ.
Rose has been under the learning tree of Joseph Connors and Riley Nova and Jack Selstrom, who was, of course, until 3 weeks ago, the P.E.W World Champion. Rose going for the pin there on Kyle. Champion has dominated the early going here.
Just to note, that first kick, that first tackle and pin was a kick out at 1, but the second was a kick out at 2. So is that show that Freya is wearing down Lila Kyle already?
It might be a slightly premature conclusion, but we'll see. Kyle, hip toss. Rose to the outside. Doesn't look particularly worn down. Anything, suddenly the challenger looks like she's in the ascendancy here.
I agree to disagree. I think Freya Rose still has this.
Yeah, nothing says I've got this, like rolling out of the ring and taking a timeout.
Taking a breather. Some of us have asthma, okay?
Right, that's what you think's happening here?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, Kyle not going to give any kind of respite here to the champion. Rose is trying to get as much distance between herself and Kyle as she can. Tried to surprise her with a leg drop, and that went awry.
And now your favourite Lila Kyle on the outside, and you're going to say that's not problematic. You're not going to say that's not a problem. You're going to say that's acceptable.
I don't know. She's back in the ring and she's hitting an arm drag on the champion. And another one. Looking impressive here is Lila Kyle. Kyle took the leg out there. That was smart from the challenger. It's a drop kick to the chest there. Freya Rose going down. Lila Kyle growing in confidence with every passing second. With that running uppercut into the corner, hits the bulldog. Rose going face first into the canvas and then again rolling to the outside.
Tactical, that's not breaking the rules. That's just taking a tactical decision to go to the outside, catch a breather. You're the champ. There are things that you're allowed to do when you're a champ, and one of them is that the fact that you can't lose the belt by DQ.
I thought you said it was asthma.
Is that? I don't know. I don't know.
No, you don't know.
I don't know Freya Rose's life.
Okay. Lila Kyle thought she knew what Rose was going to do, but she didn't. Rose was able to get the boot up, kick into the head there. Had that crack as boot hit skull. Echoed all around the building. Real nasty sounding impact on the challenger. That's another one. She got sent face first into the ring apron a couple of times. Freya Rose now very much in control. Pendulum has swung back and forth a few times in this match already. Kyle, goodness me, into the furniture here, to the front row of seats.
Hey, sometimes you need to use your environment. If the referee's not going to say anything about it, you can do what you want.
It looks like he is going to say something about it. Because look at him. Danny Marks has come out here trying to enforce the law. Freya Rose apparently thinks the rules don't apply to her.
A lot of yapping. Sometimes Danny Marks just needs to let the wrestling happen, and this is an example of that.
Rose sending Kyle into that ring post once more.
And again, you're going to say that it's acceptable that Lila Kyle's on the outside.
She's not on the outside by choice. She's got sent skull first into a steel ring post. The referee might be about to count her out as a result of that, in which case Rose could be about to retain the title via count-out.
Which just shows the intelligence of Rose. The champion retains the belt in the case of a DQ.
The referee is up to a count of 7. Kyle able to answer the count and get it on the count of 8, but immediately back into a hailstorm of offense here. Strikes from Freya Rose.
I'm sorry.
Rose, you can see, just showing no compassion whatsoever, staying right on top of her opponent, getting that boot in multiple times. Big strike with the arm right across the spinal column of the challenger.
Lila Kyle with eyes like a deer in headlights, knowing that she's probably underestimated Freya Rose, thinking, oh, I've pinned her before. No, you've not pinned her one-on-one, buddy.
We'll see. Match goes on. There's a great bit of agility there from Rose to dodge a clothesline attempt. Follows it up. Drop kick into the stomach. Somersault running senton there. Freya Rose, though, the job's not done yet. In fact, she's going to get tripped up here. Kyle almost made Rose pay for the hubris, the arrogance there of the champion.
Disrespectful tripping the champ when they're not looking. How dare you?
Your selective noticing of respect and disrespect is quite interesting. It's the most polite way I can put it.
Nothing interesting about it. I just understand how to get...
Oh, no, I agree there's nothing interesting about hearing you, but unfortunately we have to.
Because I'm the tag team champions of this company, show some respect.
And for someone who's so keen on respect, you don't think there's much to say when the champion is choking out her opponent in the corner here.
Because the champion's doing nothing but just very good wrestling. Very continuous, very dominant wrestling. And it's important.
It was a choke, is what it was. The referee saw it, even if you certainly didn't see anything wrong with it. Danny Marks looking on here as Freya Rose with a combo of kicks there in the corner. Well, sent from one side to the other. Gymnastic skill on display, bit of showboating there from Freya Rose. Rose with a neck breaker. Or rather, Kyle with a neck breaker on Rose, I should say. Excuse me, the cover by Kyle.
Caught off guard. Lila Kyle now more worried about the people than capitalizing on this very precious moment. And see?
There's a DDT from Rose.
That's what happens when you focus on these awful P.E.W fans and not winning the belt, winning the title, winning
these
the
people awful. How dare you?
Look at them. Look at the P.E.W people.
Well, regardless, that DDT has certainly done its work as far as Freya Rose is concerned. Lila Kyle doesn't seem to have any idea where she is after being dumped on her head there. Looking like increasingly it might be a successful title defense, or maybe not. Commentators curse, there's a cutter! Just like that, Freya Rose taken down. This is a big opening potentially for Lila Kyle. Now both women down. Kyle has been so badly beaten down here. We've been able to take advantage of the opportunity. It's just given her at least a few seconds of breathing space, though. Even so, even having hit that move, it still might be the champion who's first to her feet. Such is the condition that Kyle finds herself in.
You can see Kyle is just rocked from everything already.
Clothesline. Kyle got there first. That could be critical. A second clothesline for Lila Kyle. Leaping uppercut from Kyle. Kyle getting fired up here in Ettington. Women's Championship on the line, and Lila Kyle knows it. Stakes are huge for her here. Kyle running in. It's that shoulder thrust. Suddenly Freya Rose looking very unsure. Kick to the head from Kyle. Go, if you're going, go, climb up.
You've noticed it now. Lila Kyle more focused on the people than focused on winning her match. Focused on Freya Rose disrespecting the champion, really.
Rose take advantage of that slight hesitation by Kyle. Throw her off the turnbuckle. Kyle using the ropes to force herself up, but there is very little left in the tank here of Lila Kyle. Able to dodge Rose there though. That's what she might need here, Kyle. A mistake by the champion that she can exploit. That's what she's looking to do. Leapt off the turnbuckle, that European uppercut. The lateral press for a 2 count.
Lila Kyle focusing on the match now, focusing on just beating Freya Rose. If she'd gotten to that count, gotten to the pin as quickly there as she had in previous opportunities, maybe she'd be champ by now.
Talking like you're an expert in winning championships.
I am an expert in winning championships.
Oh, yeah.
As you can see, I am the tag team champion of Phenomenal Elite Wrestling. Me and Alexander Vane, Flawless Source.
Shouldn't have given you another chance to hype yourself. Never mind. Spinning kick there from Freya Rose. Rose looking for the win as well. Both women getting close. Get the impression it's going to take someone to hit that special move. It's going to take to keep their opponent down. Maybe this is it. The submission attempt here from Freya Rose. Kyle, not too far from the ropes. She's going to have to adjust her body position slightly, which is going to be easier said than done. Kyle inching towards that bottom rope.
I appreciate the determination, but sometimes...
She got there. Kyle did get there.
Determined from Kyle, very determined from Kyle.
Yeah, Freya Rose, you just saw her slapping the mat in frustration. She didn't get the tap-out victory. With our younger fans just getting on the case here of Freya Rose. It's not going to help her mood. A pocket rocket chance, a few chants as well for Freya Rose. If she paid some people to chant for her, I don't know.
Absolutely not. Just people that know good wrestling when they see it.
Now, Kyle might force a submission from Rose. Rose, look at panic on her face. She's not making any progress towards the bottom rope here. Instead, she's going to poke the eye. A poke to the eye.
If the ref's not going to call it desperate times, desperate measures.
Sometimes you think maybe she's trying for the disqualification. Disqualification might suit Freya Rose. She'd still retain the title if she lost that way. Almost daring the referee to disqualify her. Danny Marks, thankfully an experienced official, using his discretion here. He knows that's not what Kyle's going to want. Might be a moot point now anyway, because what is this? Hang on now.
Champion's advantage. There are things you can do as a champ. That's the advantage. That's the privilege of being the champion.
Rose has got a hold of that championship belt. Looking like she might be thinking about using it as a weapon. Which again would be a disqualification. Playing some silly games here with the referee. Was struck with the belt. And there is the disqualification. Just as I suspected, prepared to get disqualified if it helps her cling on to her championship.
Intelligent decision making. Sometimes you just have to.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by disqualification, Lila Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle's going to win this via DQ, but it's a hollow victory, obviously, because she doesn't win the title that way. Freya Rose taking the cheap way out here.
A DQ win still has the word win in it. It's still a win.
It's a loss. It's a DQ loss.
She still walks out with the belt.
Oh, okay.
Still retains the belt.
Now you're changing your argument. Kyle has been left absolutely motionless. I think he's been knocked out cold here.
Dave Bradshaw, are you telling me that looking at this situation, you'd say Lila Kyle won?
She did win.
She's eaten a mouthful of belt while Freya Rose gets to leave with it. Freya Rose is the real winner.
Any low to which a wrestler is going to stoop tonight that you will not defend?
Game is game. Game recognized game. As champions in Phenomenal Elite Wrestling, sometimes we recognize talent.
Yeah, not everyone deserves to be a standard bearer by holding a championship, and Freya Rose just showed exactly what she's made of, and unfortunately, it wasn't a pretty sight. Chocolate Thunder, ring announcing tonight, also our co-general manager. Going to address Kyle here, I think.
I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm not happy about that at all. I'm going to step in and do something about this. So our next show, 22nd of June, we will have our rematch. It'll be Lyle versus Freya Rose for the P.E.W Women's Championship one more time. You will have your chance, I promise you.
That's a pinky promise. And it's the only decision Chocolate Thunder could make. Of course she has to get another title shot after the way that ended.
And the result will be no different.
This isn't happening and it will be no disqualification.
Oh, you think the result's going to be the same now?
Absolutely.
Well, it's not going to be a disqualification, is it?
This works more into the advantage of Freya Rose, who quite tactically used the chairs, used the post, used the outside. Something that Lila Kyle didn't think to do.
Lila Kyle, I'm sure, with the no disqualification stipulation, will be more eager to use those weapons. It's all going to be legal. June 22nd, Freya Rose will not have that champion's advantage that gave her a cheap way out tonight. Lila Kyle's coming for the women's title, and she's coming for it in just 22 days' time.
The following contest is a singles match for the P.E.W World Championship, scheduled for one fall. Introducing the challenger.
Not just any challenger, but a man who knows what it is like to be at the top of the mountain here in Phenomenal Elite Wrestling. The Playboy Prince was the longest reigning P.E.W World Champion in history.
The confidence, the aura. I know this is a man that knows how to wrestle, knows how to make great decisions in the ring.
He's a man who believes that championship is his personal property. Will he reclaim it as his own before we go off the air tonight?
And next, the champion.
All I do is win. Stand on the glasses, Danny.
3 weeks ago, this man made history by completing the set, becoming a Triple Crown winner here in P.E.W. by taking that World Championship. What a night it was, that 30-minute Ironman match against Jack Selstrom that will live long in the memory for all the fans of the Smashing One.
What an insufferable individual. Smashing Mike, what an insufferable individual.
He's the world champion.
He's an insufferable human being, and I hope Lance Rivera does everything in his power to take that belt from him.
So much for respecting the champions.
I respect the champions that deserve respect, Dave Bradshaw, not people like him.
Let's go to the ring to Chocolate Thunder. Heating up in there. Get the introductions for this main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event for the P.E.W World Championship. Introducing the challenger to my left. I need my phone because it's a really long introduction. He required to say where he's from. He's the show stealer, crowd pleaser, main feature, #1, your girlfriend's favorite wrestler, Lance Rivera. And next, your P.E.W World Champion, hailing from West London. Do not put him in the bin. No, please don't. There is only one. Boss Smashing Mike.
I feel like Chocolate Thunder was more enthusiastic on the Smashing Mike introduction than the Lance Rivera one, but I understand that.
Best part of the fact that that man is losing the belt is we don't have to deal with that stupid champion's introduction for him.
You didn't think there was anything stupid about the monologue that Lance Rivera insisted on?
Absolutely not. It sounds great with him.
I wonder why he wouldn't say where he's from, by the way. Strange.
Yeah, no reason why.
As Lance Rivera will tell you.
His club might have come second in the Europa League, but he's not tonight. He's coming home with the championship.
I was going to say, as Lance Rivera might tell you, it's one thing to have an opportunity to win a championship, it's another to get it across the line. Not everyone has that ability. Especially when it's Manchester against London. But Rivera, P.E.W does know exactly how to not only become a champion, but to hold on to that title. Smashing Mike still getting used to the burden of being the title holder. Again, Mike has held championships here before. He was internet champion, and then remember with Martin Kirby, a tag team champion. As great as those titles are, it's another thing entirely to be the world champion. To be the man who's the spotlight on him.
Smashing Mike showing off those show muscles. You know that does not help him in the ring. All it does is slow him down.
Mike looking particularly lean at the moment. Lance Rivera, extremely focused. Foul mood today, Rivera. Refusing to speak to anyone in the locker room. Smashing Mike, his normal happy self. There is no one quite like Smashing Mike in British wrestling.
Thankfully.
The boundless energy of the P.E.W World Champion. These men's careers both paralleling each other in some ways. They've both been world champion, obviously. They've both won the Golden Ticket Rumble in their time. Both done it all, really, in P.E.W. You're looking at two men with the finest resumes of anyone in the history of this company.
Now look, Smashing Mike in the ring, thinking he's showboating, but all he's doing is tiring himself out. Whereas our future champion, Lance Rivera, is just casually walking around, getting a breather, getting a feel for what's going on around him.
Mike just keeping warm, keeping those muscles ready to go.
This man's a walker, you know.
What is this? Rivera's grabbing a chair.
It's warm enough in here without all the horseplay.
And Rivera is deciding to use a chair to help himself back into the ring, conserving more energy, I guess.
Some people have knee issues and hip issues.
Rivera back in now, finally. Gonna catch the champion off guard. Just gets a 1 count there. Mike rolled through into a small package by Rivera. Another 1 count. Over the top goes Rivera. Sunset flip. Another 1 count only. Shoulder block there. Playboy Prince taking the smashing one off his feet once more. Mike straight back at the champion with a hip toss. The challenger up with a hip toss. Mike's the champion. That's what Rivera cannot stand. Again, Rivera thinks that championship is rightfully his. Atomic drop from Smashing Mike. Again, forcing those shoulders down. This time a 2 count. Flurry of pins from Rivera a minute ago. Flurry of 1 counts. Mike immediately getting a 2 count on Rivera. And just psychologically, you've got to wonder what that does to the challenger. Already has a pretty fragile ego, does Rivera.
Just getting caught off guard. If you're going to be a champ, you need to know how to bounce back and recover from things. And this is just one of those. Lars Rivera right now, I bet you in his head he's in control. He's just reading the moment, letting Smashing Mike use all of his energy, showing off his muscles to the fans.
The idea that Smashing Mike's going to have any shortage of energy, to me that seems like it's for the birds. He went half an hour, if you remember, 3 weeks ago with Jack Selstrom. That was 2-all. Then he went to sudden death, so he still wasn't done. Eventually winning 3-2 to claim that title. So Smashing Mike could go for a long time tonight if he needs to.
30 minutes is a long time. They did a lot of damage to each other. You think Smashing Mike is fully recovered from that? We might see Smashing Mike get tired, and I hope so.
Well, Rivera had a pretty heavy hitting match himself 3 weeks ago. A victory over Franco Fate for Rivera that night. Off the wall. Drop kick here from Rivera.
Lovely, picture perfect drop kick.
And Mike.
Smashing Mike cheating on the outside as usual. Pandering to the fans.
The momentum of the drop kick, I think, took Mike all the way out of the ring.
What a coward, hanging out on the outside rather than fighting like a man.
I know your double standards are unbelievable.
What double standards? Just believe in true, wholehearted professional wrestling.
Rivera himself having some words with the crowd, not quite as friendly as the words Smashing Mike are having. Oh, Mike! Dodging out of the way, that attempted dive through the ropes by Rivera. Mike, in the end, able to kick Rivera between that middle and bottom rope and then sends him face first into the ring apron.
Using the ring as a weapon, awful from Smashing Mike. I can't believe you like this guy.
A kick back to the chest of Rivera. Crumples down onto that hard wooden floor here in Ettington.
You feeling good? A little bit painful, isn't it? Yeah.
Mike bringing Rivera back into the ring. He's not going to try and take any shortcuts, unlike our women's champion, Freya Rose. He wants to win this by pinfall if he can, Mike, and he nearly does there.
Not taking any shortcuts, like smashing him into the apron and kicking him on the floor.
So something you've been condoning all evening?
Absolutely. I don't condone cheating. I don't know where you got this narrative from.
Yeah, maybe listen back to the...
Stop spreading fake news, Dave.
Back to the
It's
tape.
not okay.
Alright, make a deal. After this, I'll treat everyone to... Oh, no. She'll treat us to Rice Krispies.
Smashing Mike sharing his love of Rice Krispies with some of the fans. Again, not the most orthodox of competitors.
Forget that love of Rice Krispies. He needs to lose his love of yapping. Now, how does any of this help you retain your championship?
He's a showman. He is certainly a showman, is Smashing Mike.
Where you go?
Rivera getting embarrassed here by Smashing Mike, and I think this is part of a strategy from Mike. He knows that Rivera has that very fragile ego. He knows that Rivera feels embarrassed. That's just going to enrage Rivera, and when Rivera is enraged, he's more likely to make a mistake. And so Mike made a mistake, and Rivera's going to try and capitalize. Lance Rivera on the top turnbuckle here, but he's got caught in the act.
No.
Mike charged at him. Rivera leapt over the top, trying to use the referee as a human shield and a rake to the eyes.
Intelligent. This is intelligent wrestling. Ref got in the way, conveniently got in the way.
You know, you reverse your own argument sometimes within a 5-second period.
Well, you need to tell Danny Marks to not get in the way of the wrestling.
Clubbing strike from Rivera across the back of Mike. Very much in at the deep end here for Smashing Mike, having his first title defense against the most successful world champion we've ever had here. Rivera talking some trash, grabbing the nose, choking the man against the ropes, breaking it only just before the count of 5. Rivera firmly in control here. Can you imagine how the air will go out of the room here if Lance Rivera defeats Smashing Mike for the world title on Mike's first title defense?
No, I think the people will see their ways, see that dropping Smashing Mike right on the back of his head.
Rivera stopping to pose.
He looks good while doing it, and he needs people to appreciate that. The people aren't giving him the appreciation he deserves.
Now Rivera cross-legged, just taunting Smashing Mike, just poking him in the face with his foot there. It's more about disrespect than it is about physical damage at the moment. Goodness me, maybe not that one. That one certainly left a mark. Rivera, very cocky cover. The result it deserved, barely even a 1 count. Rivera seems very amused with himself, just chuckling there before he hits Mike with another one of those disrespectful slaps. Rivera throwing some punches. Referee needs to check the closed fist there from Rivera.
I'm sure they're not. Lance Rivera would never do anything underhanded. Of course he would.
Yeah, trustworthy guy.
Absolutely.
Now Rivera with the strut. I think Mike pulled off the strut better, quite frankly.
You would think that, wouldn't you? Because you're a Smashing Mike guy.
That's Smashing Mike.
You're on a Smashing Mike agenda.
It's a human who thinks that other humans who've got basic courtesy towards other people might be preferable. Rivera, another choke there, Smashing Mike. Having to just get his breath back after having his airway cut off there.
And you probably think it's acceptable for Smashing Mike to be roaming around on the outside.
He just choked illegally.
Did the ref DQ the match? No. Play on.
Rivera sending Mike face first into that apron, and Lance Rivera, like him or not, has been able to really double down on his advantage in these past couple of minutes. Mike getting rolled back into the ring. Rivera knows he needs to have the champion inside the ropes if he's going to score the pinfall or the submission. Going to become a 2-time champion here, potentially, Lance Rivera.
Lance Rivera enjoying the moment, knowing that...
Stamping on the ankle. Listen to the screams of pain there from Smashing Mike.
The duality, that was a veteran move from Rivera, but such a rookie move from Smashing Mike, leaving his ankle out there to be snobbed on.
Right, real jeopardy here. And this first title defense, as you said, may not be fully recovered from that 30-minute Iron Man war against Jack Seltzer, where he won the title just 3 weeks ago, as he runs right into the boot there of Rivera.
Rivera dropping Smashing Mike like bum weight.
Like what?
Like bum weight. Let's use a Smashing Mike catchphrase against him, finally.
Rivera with a knee on the shoulder. Yeah, the shoulder's up. Rivera not even bothering to check both shoulders are down. Only forcing both shoulders down for a 2 count, but the self-regard of Lance Rivera, just absolutely sickening. Rivera daring Mike to hit him and then grabbing the arm as he tried to do so.
Smashing Mike looks tired for a man that never gets tired.
Well, it's helpless here at the moment, I hate to say it. Rivera just kicking away here at the face. Smashing Mike doesn't have an answer. Unfortunately, from most fans' perspective, we are looking well on course here for a re-coronation of Lance Rivera. Rivera knocking Mike down, and Mike just keeps on firing back up. Big body slam from Rivera. Does Mike have an answer to that one?
Absolutely no, he doesn't. Just look at them both.
Drops the elbow, does Rivera.
At least one title today is going back to Manchester.
Must be a matter of time here. Rivera hits the leg. Smashing Mike finding a way to kick out, but you said this earlier, John, but one thing to kick out, one thing to hang on in there, but you've got to at some point be able to mount some offense, and there's little sign of that at the moment from Smashing Mike. Chop across the chest. Mike refusing to go down, his legs want to go, but his mind refusing to let him. Finally, he has to drop down to his knees. He's powering up here, but he's getting energy off of the ropes. Smashing Mike, seemingly impervious to pain. Smashing Mike, look at that look. A look that says the champion means business now. Rivera wants a timeout. Not how this works. Inverted atomic drop from Smashing Mike. A second win here from the champion. The clothesline takes Rivera down.
Unacceptable from Smashing Mike. You can't drop someone straight on their crotch on an atomic drop. An atomic drop is not fair.
All you do is complain.
I am a bastion of the rules of professional wrestling, I'll have you know.
Mike floated over for a 2 count. Why don't you write a strongly worded letter? Do it quietly. Smashing Mike as the crowd starting to believe here. There wasn't much to believe in for a few minutes as Rivera pressed home his advantage, but Smashing Mike's done what champions do. He's turned the tables. Collision there, and I think Mike got the worst of it. Still though picking up the pace here. Smashing Mike, Rivera can't get a hold of him. Mike with the pounce. Rivera almost knocked out of his boots by the P.E.W World Champion. Smashing Mike, dropping Rivera. Can the challenger respond?
Lovely
yes, he does.
kick out.
Rivera trying with all his might here to find a way to get back into this, but he just dropped hard on the back of his head. Lance Rivera.
Smashing Mike more focused on the people than his match.
Wait a second here. Mike setting up for the game over. The game over here might be coming from Smashing Mike. Great counter. Credit where it's due. Great counter from Rivera. In fact, Rivera's got him on the shoulders. Rivera with Smashing Mike on the shoulders. The drop dead gorgeous from Lance Rivera. Now Rivera's climbing. Rivera is climbing. Lance Rivera with a diving elbow drop deep into the heart of the champion. Rivera can become a 2-time champion, but the right shoulder up for Smashing Mike, and our main event goes on.
Lovely old school elbow drop.
He rang the bell. He rang the bell.
I think that was such a close near fall. I think even our timekeeper was confused. The referee is confirming the match is going on. It was a 2 count, not a 3 count.
I've waved it off. I've waved it off. Back off. Come on. I don't need that.
Oh, the low blow. A mule kick from Rivera.
Intelligent wrestling from Lance Rivera.
Now Rivera has finished talking to the referee. Of course he has. Rivera with a knee to the back of the head of Smashing Mike. Don't tell me he's going to win the title like this. Don't tell me he's going to win the title like this. Rivera rolling over Smashing Mike after the low blow. And Mike kicked out. Mike kicked out. Smashing Mike still alive here. Oh, what was that? What on earth? You can't just assaulted the referee.
I don't exactly co-sign it, but I don't exactly not co-sign it. I can't quite defend that, but hey, if it leads to something, and that something being that title around his waist.
Well, for one thing, there's no referee to count the cover here if Rivera goes for the win, but aside from that, on a purely human level, spinning in the direction of Chocolate Thunder, Lance Rivera thinks he has free reign here. Carte blanche to do whatever he wants. He's got a steel chair. Lance Rivera has a steel chair. Lance Rivera. Behaviour here just beyond the pale. And he's not done yet, far from it.
He's seeing an opportunity and he's taking it. The ref isn't there.
Rivera has that chair. Mike realised! Oh, Rivera! The chair rebounded! It hit Rivera in the face! Superman punch into the chair, into the face! And the game over from Smashing Mike! But there's no referee! There's no referee to count it! Oh, Danny Marks! Marks has come back to life here! Is that enough? Yes, it is! The 3 count! And Smashing Mike finds a way to retain! Smashing Mike is still your world champion!
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, and still P.E.W World Champion, Smashing Mike!
This is the worst night Lance Rivera's had since he went to Bilbao! Smashing Mike remains the world champion here at Eclipse!
Absolutely is abysmal refereeing from Danny Marks.
Blame the referee. Rivera
I blame the
insulted the referee. Lance Rivera thought he was going to cheat his way to a second world championship. Smashing Mike and the P.E.W fans had other ideas, and the Smashing one remains the world champion.
Remember, the first round slam, I'm handsome, got my mom's charisma, that genetics, all-round performer.
Lance Rivera, back to the drawing board for him, but Smashing Mike remaining on top of the pile here in P.E.W. What a night here at P.E.W Eclipse as Smashing Mike remains the champion of the world.
I was 18 now.